Hey, what's going on everybody? Temperistic here back again for another Dead by Daylight video. Today, we are going to be checking out the Wraith. He is another simple killer, second killer to be released into the game, right next along with Trapper. Just starting out with his power, it's basically just camouflage. He goes invisible, he can come out of it, that's basically it. But to dive in a little bit, you get a 1 second burst of speed upon reappearing. This is pretty good, especially in chases where people, they obviously can't get away from you to begin with because you're camouflaged, and when you are camouflaged, you run a lot faster, or walk faster. Killers pretty much walk, they don't really run unless you're Wesker, but we'll get to him in a future video. So to go camouflage and to uncamouflage, you use the Wailing Bell, which you can see him holding there in his right hand. Well, actually, that's the thing. He hits against the bell. The bell is, I don't know, up his butt or something. But he pulls it out whenever he wants to go invisible or vice versa. And it can be heard up to a distance of 24 meters, so survivors usually know when you're going to be doing the thing. There is an add-on that I don't really feel like using in this video because I want to show the Wraith as he is supposed to be shown. There's an add-on that makes it to where his bell can't be heard, and it's very, very OP. And then right there it just says that while cloaked, the Wraith is granted increased movement speed. Near total invisibility, you can kind of see a silhouette. It's just like any other game, like Halo or something, where somebody is invisible, but you can still kind of see the outline, the silhouette, if you look close enough. Now, when you are invisible as a Wraith, you cannot attack. That would be over. That would be just broken. But you can interact with environmental objects, so you can break down doors, you can break pallets, you can vault over things, you can hit generators, things like that. And then he runs at 4.6 meters per second. Tear radius is 32 meters, and he's also just pretty much like the Trapper. And let's show his Mori. So yeah, just like the Trapper, pretty boring Mori, but you gotta understand, this game came out in 2016, and they haven't really updated the Wraith or the Trapper at all. And then let's go on with this story here. So Philip Ojama came to the country without anything other than hope for a new beginning. He was happy as he got offered a job at Auto Heaven Records, which is a map, a small scrapyard where bribe crops turned a blind eye on the somewhat shady business that took place. Ojama didn't care. He had seen criminal activity up close in his homeland, and as long as he didn't get involved, he let things be. He just fixed cars and handled the crusher, something he did really well. A car went in, a small metallic cube came out. It was not until one gloomy day that he, just by accident, saw some blood coming from one of the uncrushed cars. As he opened the trunk, he found a young man, gagged with tied hands and panic-filled eyes. Ojama freed the man, who managed to run 10 feet before Ojamo's boss stopped him and slit his throat. As Ojama demanded answers, he was explained that he'd been nothing more than a simple executioner, as more or less every car had a soul in them. This was a service the scrapyard provided to certain clients. Ojama snapped and went ballistic. He threw his boss in the crusher and let it slowly compress. As the head stuck out, Ojama grabbed it and pulled head and spine out of the body. Then he left and was never seen again. So, if I can show you here, go to customizations, just so you can see, he has white eyes. And I talked about this in my last video with the Trapper. Usually most killers, they have red eyes as they are bad, no good, evil, but when they have white eyes, they aren't necessarily bad. For instance, there's a killer in the game that only wanted revenge on a few people, and the Wraith, obviously, in that story, he just, basically took out a bad person. So, probably Wraith is, the nicest killer, or the one that has the backstory where he didn't necessarily do anything wrong, and now where you came from, that's up for debate. Judging from how he looks and stuff like that. People have gone on Reddit and done some deep dives and stuff like that. People think that he's from Mexico or Puerto Rico or something like that. But you be the judge of that. But yeah, Wraith, he's a little bit better than the Trapper, just because of the pressure. At the beginning of games with the Trapper, you kind of have to set the traps, and by the time you're done, people might... I mean, a good team would probably be done with 2 gens by that time. So Trapper doesn't really have too much map presence, but the Wraith, because he can move very, very fast, he has a lot going for him. Now, the build that I picked out for today is one that I don't necessarily advise you to play if you want to win games. This is just a build that I have a lot of fun with, and I don't play this game to win games. I really don't care if I win at all. There's nothing to play for. I just want to have fun. I want to hit people, that sort of thing, and just have a good time. So, yeah, the first add-on is Swift Hunt Blood. It basically just makes it to where when I uncloak and come out of invisibility, it's going to be 12% faster. And then one of my favorite add-ons in the whole game is Shadow Dance Blood. This is going to increase the speed of my vaulting windows, breaking pallets, kicking stuff, breaking anything by 60%. And I pair it with Brutal Strength, which makes it 20% faster for a total of 80%. So usually when a normal killer breaks a pallet, it goes boom, boom. But now it's going to be boom, boom. So it's going to be a lot faster. And there's not going to be a whole lot that my opponents are going to be able to do in a chase, especially since I have Bamboozle, which makes it to where I vault over windows 15% faster. But the real power of it makes it to where once I go over a window, it calls upon the entity to block that vault location to survivors for 16 seconds, which is huge, especially in the shack where there is only one window to vault. And the reason why I say this isn't the best build to win games is because, number one, obviously, experienced players will tell you, hey, he doesn't have any perks that blow up generators or stop people from doing gens. But I have Sloppy Butcher, which makes it to where anytime I hit someone, they are going to suffer from the hemorrhage or mangled status effect for 90 seconds. And then it tells you at the bottom, mangled increases time required to heal by 25% and lasts for saturation or until fully healed. And then hemorrhage, it just regresses healing progress when I healed and increases blood trails left. And I've got, and hemorrhage for me is good for the blood trails. And this Sloppy Butcher perk, it is going to pair very nicely with Nurse's Calling. And Nurse's Calling is just a simple perk that makes it to where whenever people are healing, I get to see them in a 28-meter range. And that's where the Mangled comes in, increasing the time it takes to heal, which gives me more time to activate Nurse's Calling as I'm perusing around the map. And then we're just dropping Raven Wraith, which grants me 100% bonus blood points in the Deviousness category. So nothing too crazy there. I mean, obviously, if I wanted to, I could slap a Pain Resonance on, I could do a Surge, but I'm not sweaty, I'm not trying too hard. I just want to have a little bit of fun and mess with survivors. Now, sometimes this does get me a 100% win because they're overwhelmed, they're annoyed, things like that they can't really do anything in a chase. There are certain maps that this build doesn't really work with, like Crotus Asylum, where there's, in the main building, multiple different vault locations, so Bamboozle doesn't work. By the time I get out of my invisibility, they're already going to be vaulting over windows, so when things like that happen, you want to leave chase and just go after someone that's working on a gen, which is what we'll do. Obviously we don't know what map we're going to be getting, but let's start searching here. Now, this build I would say is better for maps that are enclosed, so that's the Memorial Institute, the game. But maps that are outside, we kind of want to look for maybe Coldwind Farm, maybe Garden of Joy, but yeah, it just depends. And that's really where the RNG also comes into effect with this game. If you're playing a killer that is like long range or something like that, or has a chainsaw, you're going to be looking for maps with good line of sight, so outside maps. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't really control which map you get. I mean, yeah, you can slap an offering on to get Orman, or you can get Eerie or whatever. They are changing this, though. I'm not sure if they did it already, but they are changing this to where instead of it basically guaranteeing you the map whenever you put it on, it's only going to give you a 20% chance to get the map. And they're changing that basically because of Crow's Eye, where people put this on, and the map is basically survivor-sided. It's just, you know, very easy for survivors to get to the generators. You know, they pretty much aren't in different spots every time, which is how most maps are. But yeah, so they are changing that. A lot of updates coming in the near future of Dead by Daylight. They're making it to where instead of, you know, slowly tapping the automatic purchase in the middle here, you're going to be able to dump all your points into one killer or something like that. I'm not sure how it's going to work. They haven't really shown anything on that. They just said that there's an update coming in the near future that is going to make it to where we can put blood points into people a lot faster. Let me change, and I'm going to change this challenge out because we are not doing the Blood Moon event. We are doing regular. So maybe I want to do the red glyphs, which I showed you how that worked in the last video. Now we are playing a little early in the morning, so it might take a second to get a game. North American servers are usually good in the afternoon, early night, but like by the time it hits 2 a.m. or something, PST, 5 a.m. EST, it's going to be hard to find a game as killer. But as survivor, you never have to worry about that. You can pretty much find a game very quickly as survivor at all times. I'm not sure how it works on, you know, other servers. You've got Europe servers. I'm sure they've got an Australian server, Japanese server, Asian servers, or whatever. But there are a lot of people that don't play on those servers, and they hop on the North American ones because obviously the biggest population is going to be on North America. As we're waiting here, we did get, it is Tuesday, so we did get a new shrine today. I already have Spirit Fury and Self-Care. Flashbang could be good. Maybe I'll get that. Yeah, why not? Let's get Flashbang. That's cool. So now it's green. So now that I did that, every single survivor now has Flashbang in their blood web. I do have to go get it in the blood web though. So that's how that works. But as we're waiting here, maybe I'll talk about a few other perks. Yeah, we have Agitation, which when you pick somebody up, it gives you a little bit of speed boost when you're carrying someone to a hook. Because a lot of times, actually, I haven't seen it in a while now. But there is a perk called Boil Over that survivors can use, and it really makes you struggle to get them to a hook. Not every time, but it depends like where you pick them up. But it can be kind of troublesome. But probably the most well-known perk that killers use is Barbecue and Chili. It just means that whenever you hook someone, if the other survivors aren't within 40 meters of you, then you can see where the other survivors are. That was a spam phone call. Sorry about that. I'll put that on vibrate, and we found a game. Let's go. So let's see. We got a toolbox there. We got a med kit. Another toolbox there. And we're readied up. Now you're probably thinking, hey, Temperistic, why not just edit your videos and go to the part where the game starts? And I'd say, hey, that's a good question. I completely forgot which software I use. I'm still trying to look for it. But there was an editing software that I used to use on my old PC, and I completely forgot what it was. And it was free. Don't really want to pay for one, but I might think about it. We'll see. I don't really mind it, you know. I mean, you can just, I mean, honestly, you can just skip to the part where the game starts. But me, I don't really mind it. You know, I'll just go over to perks and talk about other stuff while we wait for a game. Doesn't really bother me too much. In other news, though, Oblivion just came out today. Or, no, yesterday it came out, so gonna be checking that out. Probably will be streaming... Oh... Let's see, by the time this video comes out, maybe it'll be on a work day, so... Maybe I'll be live, maybe it won't, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have a set schedule because my work is random. And I procrastinate a lot, so that doesn't help. On my work days, though, I try to go live at midnight if I can. PST. Alright, we got a, okay map. There's another version of this map where there's a castle and there's 2 layers, or like 3 layers to the map, which is kind of, you know, whatever. But hey, we found Lara Croft. Give her a little backsmack there, and we are ready to go. Now, usually when you're playing him, after your first hit, you want to kind of get to them quicker after you've done the... Oh, we missed! No! Ah! I got you. I was gonna say, after you get the first hit, you want to go camo, especially if they're running away again. And, you want to, you know, close the gap as fast as you can. So, there we go. We got that going. We don't know where anybody is because we're not running barbecue and chili. We hear Jen up here. Hello. We're going to let you go down. We can easily follow you. They have finesse, which lets them go through a window fast, but it's not quite lithe. And finesse is better in my opinion than lithe because you don't have to worry about exhausted. You just have to wait for the perk to... You just have to wait for the perk to get off of cooldown. And the reason why I got stunned right there so badly is because once you get stunned when you're invisible, it takes a lot longer for the stun to go away, and that's just how Wraith works. If I was not camouflaged, it would have just been a regular stun. So I know we've got a gen. Ooh, there's the glyph right there. All right, so they got that done, and they got the one in the house done. And see, that's why this build isn't that. It really isn't that good. You know, it just isn't the best. Ooh, got him right there. Got him with his pants on. I didn't think he was gonna go for that. Did not think so. But yeah, it's not the best. You know, I should definitely be running some gen perks, but I just want to have fun. But if you care about winning and you want to win, change this build up a little bit. I implore you. Now, see, there's Nurse's Calling right there. We see her healing. And stopped her. I don't know why she just stood there. Maybe she thought she could get the heal off in time. And then she could have gotten a speed boost, but she figured it wrong. Right, she thought I didn't see her. No, I definitely see you. And you see how fast I just blow those pallets away? You know, it's crazy. Very, very crazy. And, yeah, man. That's why I run this build. It's fun. Now, I didn't see any of them have flashlights in the lobby, so I shouldn't be worrying about how I pick people up. I saw some toolboxes, which is why they got the gens done so fast. I saw some med kits, so they're definitely healing. As you can see, I can see them right there. And this person's gonna go down. And that'll be our first kill. Now they could have DS, which is called Decisive Strike, which means if I pick up the same person and I'm going after the same person, I'm gonna get punished. See, they're trying to block me right there because they have a free hit. If I hit her again, she won't go down because there's protection against that. Now what she did there, I believe she had a stim, which means if I hit her in the next 5 seconds, she will not go down. 3, 2, 1, 0, and there we go. So yeah, there's a little add-on that you can put onto your medkit as a survivor that makes it to where you get an extra free hit if you time it right. I don't use them just because I don't like them and I suck with them. I don't think you should be able to just do that for hit. It used to be a lot worse. Back in the day, the add-on would heal you for a state. Oh, I thought I was outside of the hitbox. Bummer. But we pretty much have this game in the bag. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, every killer has a different hitbox when it comes to survivors struggling with pallets. So maybe you'll play a game and you're like, how the heck did that hit me? I'm nowhere near the pallet. The reason for that is because of the hitbox. So keep that in mind. Ooh, they got me with a blast mine there. Yeah, blast mine is a perk where they can put it into the gen after working on it, and it just stuns me like that. The whole purpose behind it is just to buy a little bit of time, which is 5 seconds or so. I don't know. I don't run it. I see it. There's other perks that I could run that are stronger. But yeah, that's just how that is. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this build can work and it can win you games if you, catch a survivor. Yeah, she's done though. See, this is why I wouldn't be the game. They're just, at first they're overwhelmed and then they're just like, yeah, we're tired of this. Wraith is definitely one of the least favorite killers that survivors like to go up against. They're definitely not having a good time. It's a boring killer. It definitely is a boring killer to play, which is why I'm running this build, to add a little bit of fun to me. But yeah, so we'll see if the survivor gets out or not. See if we can find the hatch before Claudette. I actually have not seen Claudette this whole entire game. Alright, we found the hatch. And that might just be game. If I was playing another killer, I would say that she still has a chance to get out. But, yeah, she can't really see me coming from a distance. The gates are actually pretty good. They are in her favor. If she has a key, she can still get out. If you have a key as survivor, you can still open the hatch. Oh, there she is. You see her? Yep. Hello. How are you? And it looks like she is just gonna let me do that, and yeah. So that's a GG. Back shot, back shot, back shot. Boom. Yeah, so I mean, if you're new to the game and you start playing Wraith, they won't act like that. They will, you know, probably just play the game, but because I'm going up against experienced survivors who have pretty much the same amount of hours as me in the game, you know, they aren't gonna have a good time, and they're just gonna want to go into the next game. But we can check this out. Surprisingly, we did get gold in. Okay, we're slowing down generator. Yeah, because it does count by slowing down generator repair progress if they're not working on them. So for each minute, first 9 minutes. So we did apply enough pressure. But I'm telling you, against a good team, if I was going up against a good team there, they would have whooped me. They would have done gen so fast it would have made your head spin. Because I have no gen pressure, and yeah, the chases are going to end, or should end, fast because of the build that I'm running. But because I have no gen slowdown, I might get lucky if I get 1 kill. But they all seemed like solo survivors, no communication. Some of them seem to just give up early, and yeah, it is what it is. So hope you enjoyed the game regardless, and now you have an understanding of how the Wraith works. Not the most exciting killer, but yeah, there's the Wraith for you. And I will see you in the next video with Hillbilly, who is a very, very good and very exciting killer to play as with a chainsaw. So, see you in the fog.